Say we found out about judgment today.
Yo, what's going on, TheCoreofU fam?
Hey, Community of Restoration and Enlightenment. Join us here on Fridays, usually at 6 p.m., but also on IG at the CoreofU, YouTube, same channel, and our website.
No doubt. We apologize. Running a few minutes late today. We had some things that we were doing, taking care of some stuff.
Hey, Ronnie. Hey.
For the house. But we're here. We always like to start off with current events, and what more current event than the atrocity that happened today? I don't even want to say his name, but the knucklehead that terrorized people and shot people, and someone ended up dying. 2 people ended up dying, and someone is injured. And what does America do in our courts? Let him go free. Wow.
Well, and I just wanted to honor wherever you are at with watching the news and how you feel about current events. Just know that it's real. Like, you're watching something, you're going to have an effect or response. You're going to think about it. You may feel about it, and honor that. Honor where you are, and maybe take breaks away from news and social media commentary, reading comments on stories, because it can have an effect on your spirit. We are empath. We are subject to emotional energy. Mm-hmm. So, just honor wherever you are, but let's keep hope and positivity alive.
As much as we can, whatever. It's really bad. What it made me really want to do, though, obviously, I wasn't surprised, but I was just severely disappointed by the verdict of today, right? But we have I think 2 more cases going on right now.
We do.
So you got to just be mindful. And that's what we kind of wanted to talk about today. These next couple weeks with the holidays around the corner, just be mindful of your energy, your social media intake, your news intake. Just be mindful of the energy, the people that you're around, because it's very easy to get caught up in the negativity of it all. And man, trust me, wifey was moved by it today. I was moved. I was sitting at work just fuming for a little while. And even though, like I said, I wasn't surprised, I was just sitting at work like, oh,
It could be right there under the surface. I didn't even realize that it affected me.
Right.
Until it did.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wow. And we hadn't even talked about it, and we realized the not talking about it was a way of coping with it. Yeah. Because it was like, as you said, disappointed but not shocked.
And then on the flip side of that, what it caused me to do was come home today and just hug my family seriously. When I saw my children, I got them from after school daycare, and just hugged them and kissed on them and loved them for a little bit, and I'm going to continue to do so, because tomorrow's not promised to anybody out here. Heck, today is not promised, right? The next 5 minutes, the next 20 minutes, the next hour. As many people know about the young man in Memphis, young Dolph, the rapper, who we're finding out now. I didn't know much about him, but you're finding out that so many lives that he touched, and he was just going to get cookies in his own neighborhood that he grew up in. Wow. And 2 senseless fools, as the video and tape show, killed him, right as he was going to get cookies, as he was patronizing a business in his neighborhood that 2 weeks ago he was doing the same thing on his TikTok or IG, whatever he was doing live, patronizing this same business. And now he's no longer with us. Just ridiculous. Yeah, I know, Rich. Acquittal. I know. Every time I think about it, I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
And so we got to just be mindful, y'all. You're going to be upset, whatever you're doing in your community to help your community to grow, whatever you're doing in your family, whatever you're doing with people around it, that you make sure you reach out, make sure you do
check on each other,
man, because this is what America is doing to people of color right now, man. Is wow. It's just wow. It's unbelievable. Although, this really didn't have anything to do with us, but it did, because there were people that were supporting Black Lives Matter. They were allies and lost their lives. So it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So we just wanted to come on today and just encourage you to be mindful of social media and the news intake, And then next week we won't be on because it's the holidays and we'll be spending time with family and celebrating birthdays and just having a good time, right? We wanted to make sure that we say Black Friday is right around the corner. So just be careful, be mindful. Don't stress yourself out trying to buy up the whole world, right?
Yeah, don't overextend ourselves. Let's be mindful. There's a lot of ways that we can up level and be creative about how we want to gift. You might want to give somebody their first Bitcoin purchase or something that's going to keep giving. Think about ways that can collectively invest half the money you would spend on gifting or save. We don't always have to spend.
That's true.
We can think of creative ways, put limits on gifts, do gift pools, do things that don't stress us out, because it's really, we're coming off of a year. We're still not out of this pandemic. The supply chain is still affected, and we need to, if it didn't teach us anything but to be more resourceful and to not just spend everything as though tomorrow is going to be just there in terms of the infrastructure as we know it. So
yeah, my mentor and Bishop, we always say we work all year long, stress out, right, when it comes to holidays and Black Fridays and Christmas and all of this, right? And you struggle to buy all of this stuff. You go in debt. Some people, not all, go in debt. Credit card debt, missing bills, all of these things, right? Doing all of this stuff to make your children happy, your family, or your significant other, whatever it is. And then you spend the rest of the year trying to get out of that, stressing, working overtime and double time and triple time, trying to get out of that debt. Just be mindful. If you like the holidays, if that's what you do, if you celebrate the holidays and you do gift giving and all that, that's fine. That's more power to you. But just make sure that you are mindful and don't let yourself get carried away.
And if you are spend in your community. If spending, support a small business owner, support a minority-owned business, support a business starting out. Think of creative ways to reinvest and change the dialogue around finances and how we can just move the needle a little bit. It all helps.
Yeah,
talk to our children about what they can do that's going to help them in the future. If wherever you are buying, you should be taking one little bit and figuring out how can you reinvest that somehow
no doubt.
in yourself.
Yeah, I mean, and supporting small businesses is a big thing, because we know during this time, the Amazons and the Super Walmarts and the Targets and the Costcos, all of these places are really, as great as they are, and they give a great service, right? They have really done a disservice to small business. They really, really have. So the local businesses are really hurting when a Costco moves in or an Amazon. Well, Amazon is online, right? When an Amazon is around and it's everywhere, they hurt.
Centers, you're right.
Yeah, a lot of the fulfillment centers. Yeah. So they hurt a lot of small businesses. So just be mindful. If you can, just reach out to the small businesses, people that are just starting. Maybe they've been going for a little while. I'm sure that they would cherish it. I'm sure that they would love it. I'm sure that they would love. Hey fam, what's going on? We got Shelly. Shelly, what's up, man? You seen Shelly and them? We got Eb, we got Taylor, we got Molly on. What's going on, Rich? Eb, hey everybody. Happy Friday to you all. We're just talking about watching your energy around this time. We found ourselves just kind of ticked off today and not feeling good about the acquittal. I'm sure some of you just felt the same. We weren't.
Yeah,
most of us weren't shocked, but we were definitely highly disappointed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then with the holidays right around the corner, don't stress yourself out. And the biggest thing that I got away from all that was love your family. Come home, hug on your family.
Yes.
Hug on your kids. Hug on your significant other. Call your mother, your father, your brother, your sister. Tell them that you love them. In this country right now, it still baffles me that black people they can't get along. With as much as America has done to us, we should at least be able to get along with one another, right? And if if you can't with, different communities, at least with your own family, you should be able to get along. So call your cousin or your sister or your aunt and say, I'm sorry. Ask for forgiveness. or extend your
I like
forgiveness
that.
to
I
them
like
if
that.
they have asked you and you just like, no, I just don't want to. Because trust me, man, you do not want to be standing over a casket saying, I wish I would have forgave, or I wish I would have said, I'm sorry. You don't want to be doing that. So why not go ahead? It's up to you right now. The ball is in your court. Make it happen right now. Yeah, Taylor. We were definitely, everybody was hurt.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't even realize that I was carrying it until we were just kind of each carrying it in silence, and we had to break the silence. And I think that's important because that is a coping. I think some of us have numbed out or tried not to talk about it because it hurts. It like reopens the wound, but we have to move that energy out. We have to talk to our children. We have to talk to one another so that we can process it. And process it healthy.
Yeah.
Because next thing you know, you snapping at somebody in line or road raging just because you're like, I'm frustrated with society and how things are going.
Oh
so
man,
we need to move that energy. We need to talk it through, but we need to guard it because I can't intake the news right now. I can't.
I was at work like I wish somebody would like. Wish would come in my office and say something. I'm ready to snap today. I wish they would. I mean, because it's just wow, man. The things that this country, man, just wow.
And then when you put on like the legal hat, and my husband being from law enforcement background, you do understand how these things happen because you look at it from a different point of view when you understand how they brought the charges, how they dissected the case, but it don't make it feel better.
No.
Because even in that, there can be inequities, and there are.
Yeah.
So we just have to educate ourselves. We have to talk about it. We have to guard our energy and stay thankful.
Absolutely. So listen, we probably won't see you again for a couple of weeks, probably the first Friday in December.
Yeah, but we'll post some tips. We want y'all to be financially astute. Let's up level. Let's think of ways to spend in instead of to spend out.
So we want financial intellect, right? We want to be intellect with our finances and make sure that we're smart, that we spend smart, spend wisely, and don't just invest. Don't stress yourself out. Don't stress yourself out. You know what I mean? During this time, trying to Black Friday and get this and get that, don't stress yourself out.
People remember experiences. They don't remember gifts unless it was like a milestone gift. Like I'm sure you remember somebody gave you a car. But 9 times out of 10, people, they remember the time you spent with them.
Absolutely.
They remember the time you checked on them. They remember the trip you took with them. They remember the walk you had, that conversation. They remember the time that, you took a little extra moment out to show them how to cook a meal if it's your child, or do an art project, or watch the game with your husband that you might not have been too busy, or your husband went to the play with you.
No doubt.
But we don't necessarily remember what you got me 2 anniversaries ago or 2 holidays ago. So just remember that. Let's invest in experiences and moment and time and not overextending ourselves in finances. Let's figure out how we're going to up level by saving more.
What up, Reg? What's going on?
More.
Yeah, it's tough, man. These are tough times. So we're praying for you. We hope that you're praying for us, man. We hope that you can stay as positive as you can during these times and just make sure you protect yourself, What's up, Carl? What's going on, brother? Just make sure you protect yourself. Make sure you know your rights, man. Watch your surroundings. Because this is just a crazy world. And most of all, more than anything in the world, cherish your family, man. Cherish those people who love you and who are there for you and who have your back.
Yes.
And if you have somebody, I'm going to say it again for those that might just be getting on. If there's somebody in your life that you used to be close to and y'all had a falling out for whatever reason, but you know that things are supposed to be better, why don't you be the bigger person and just say, hey, I forgive, or I'm sorry. Let's get this good. Let's get back on one accord so that we can just love on one another, man. Because life is too short. I said it earlier and I'll say it again. You do not want to be standing over somebody's casket wishing that you would have said, wishing that you would have done, wishing that you, you know, that you don't want to be doing that, man. The one thing, when I lost some of my loved ones so many years ago, the one thing I could stand on and be proud of was I told them that I loved them. I gave them their flowers while they were living. And man, I wasn't a nuisance or, you know, a headache to them. You know what I mean? I wasn't perfect, but I wasn't a headache to them as well. And so I could at least say I told them I loved them when I had the time and the chance. And that made me feel good. So we love y'all, man. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful holiday. However you do it, no judgment over here. We just gonna spend time with family. I'm sure we gonna eat good. We gonna watch some football. Hey, auntie, we gonna love on one another and just try to take it. Hey, Julie, what's going on? We just gonna try to up level and take it to the next time, man.
Y'all, let's do it.
You know it, Carl. You know I'm gonna have that stogie, man. So y'all be cool, man, and we'll see y'all, like I said, in a couple of weeks. And as always, we greet you with peace. And we leave y'all with peace. Peace.